Here we go with the recipe. We preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is over there. We grease these pans with some melted butter, lightly dusted with flour, and lined with some parchment. So we need to brush only on the sides because we're doing parchment on the bottom. So now we can get the flour. So I'm gonna grab some of this and just sprinkle it along the edge. So we just line it with the flour. All right, great. Now we get the parchment and put it in the center. Now we need to do that 2 more times. So in a large bowl, combine all the wet ingredients. So there we go, that's 4 eggs. Put those down there and put that in there, first one. 2. 3 and 4. All right, so that's going on the compost pile. So now add my melted butter from before. So add that. So we add a cup of brown sugar. So I'm gonna move this over here. That is good. So now we can put that in there. My mom's embarrassed that we're using her kitchen because we ordered new counters, but we can't do the backsplash until the counters are done. So I'm gonna cut these bananas as well. So I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut this. 1, 2, and 3. We'll put this aside over there, and I will cut the next one. Oh. Oops. There we go. And we're done the second one. So now that we're done with all of the peels, we can start to chop them up. So I'm gonna lay them all out like this, stack them up, and I'm going to start to chop all the peels up. So now we're going to put these aside here, and we are going to put them in the pot just over there. So we're going to put them in the pot. can simmer for 5 minutes. Computer, set the timer for 5 minutes. So we'll see you then. We just got a new induction stove and it does not use any fossil fuels. You count to 100 and the water's already boiled, so it's impressive. Computer, stop the timer. So now that that's done, we take the pot carefully, pour it into this grater. Colander. There's one last piece. There we go. So now we have to rinse it under cold water. Mash the bananas and add them. So now we can put this in, the bananas in, as well as the banana skins as well. So you can put the banana skin in. Now I'm going to blend the banana and peel. Now that's good. So I am going to put the banana and peel in. Ah, it smells good. So 2 teaspoons of homemade vanilla extract. And now we mix. So next I need another big bowl and we're gonna do the dry now. So now we're doing 3 cups of flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And now 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And now we mix. Smells good. So now we stir in the wet ingredients. So now we pour it in. So now we mix. Mix till it's just moistened. Don't overmix it, you don't need to. So now we're gonna get 2 cups of grated zucchini and 2 cups of grated carrot. I've grated a cup of carrot and now I'm going to pour the carrot in. So I've done 1 cup of zucchini, so I'm gonna put that over in here. So now I've got another cup. So put that in there, and now we mix. So finally, we're going to do the nuts. I'm allergic to tree nuts, so we're gonna do almonds. So now we need 1/2 cup of almonds. Pour that onto the cutting board and chop. So now that this is done, we can get a pot over here and pat that in. And now we stir. Now we can get the pans from the beginning and pour the mix in. Now we can pour it in all 3 bowls. So we evened out the mixture onto all 3 pans. And now we can bake for 20 minutes. Computer, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
We'll see you then. So now for the icing, we can grab the whipping cream and pour it all in, because this is 2 cups, and we need 2 cups. And now we need to whip the cream until stiff peaks form. So we just got done mixing the whipping cream, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna show you what a stiff peak looks like. So this is what a stiff peak looks like. Little tips on the end. So we take this out and set this aside. Pour the cream cheese into the bowl, which is 8 ounces. A half cup of icing sugar. So now we add it. So now we mix, and while it's mixing, we add a tablespoon of vanilla. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So the cake is done. So now we're gonna poke this in the cake, and if it comes out clean, it's done. Okay, it comes out clean. All right, so these are all done. So now we're gonna set them aside to cool for 10 minutes. So now we're gonna put the cream cheese into the whipped cream. So now we mix. I just got hit in the eye with icing. The icing is done. So now we can put that aside and wait for the cakes to be done. So finally, the cake and the rest of the cakes are done. So now it's just icing. So I'm going to grab some of the icing and just plop it on there. And so that should be enough for the first one. So you can never have too much icing. So, and now we're ready.